What's up, everybody? This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, your host of MrGentleman Like That podcast, and this week's sponsorship is from Newsly. Newsly is a all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up web articles about the most trending topics on the web at any given moment and read them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time in ever on the internet, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. Browse articles from topic you choose, start playing, start scrolling, and start listening. You can follow any topic as you specifically as you like, from sports, science to Bitcoin, even for the Kardashians. It will find you on the latest article and you read them to you out loud. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 50 countries. Our podcast, MrGentleman Like That podcast, is on there as well. Yes, it is. Shout out to Newsly for that. I started using it as my default podcast app. Download and use Newsly for free from www.newsly.me or from the link in the description. Use the promo code MrGentleman that I will also put in the description and receive 1 month free premium subscription. So you already know, y'all, download Newsly now. Check it out. Support them, y'all. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, your host of MrGentleman Like That podcast, and enjoy the show. You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast Christmas episode. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, 1/4 of the Premier Way podcast, and your host of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And welcome to another new episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Hope all is well. First thing first, I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. As y'all already know, today is Christmas Day. And y'all already know, the original plan was not a Christmas episode. It was supposed to be the old school show, but since I've been in the Christmas mood, I'm going to do a Christmas episode. A random Christmas episode. So y'all already know, I'm just going to discuss, about Christmas, the movie, the songs, and stuff like that. So y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, and I'll be right back.
My name is Lacey, and you are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman of MrGentleman Like That podcast, and this commercial break is brought to you by MrGentleman Like That podcast, where we bring many guests telling about their stories about their brand they got going on. Also about me telling y'all my personal stories about things that are going on in my life. Also, we have many spin-off shows on MrGentleman Like That podcast called The Old School Show with myself and the Star Writing Rod, where we talk anything old school, which happen every 4th or 5th Sunday at 12 a.m. on the MrGentleman Like That podcast network. And another spin-off show called A Conversation About Music podcast, where we talk to many artists about their music journey. And also we have a roundtable music discussion about anything music, and which should come on every first Sunday at 12 a.m. on MrGentleman Like That podcast network. And yeah, you already know, if y'all need a podcast to listen to, check out MrGentleman Like That podcast. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Good Pod, and many more. Y'all can rate the show 5-star rating on Good Pod, Podchaser, and Apple Podcasts. The more y'all rate, the more love the show get. Y'all can also check it out on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube now. Ken, aka MrGentleman, like that TV. And also support the website of MrGentleman, like the podcast, MrGentleman, like the podcast.com. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, and have a good day, night, wherever you're listening to this episode. Back to the show. Cheers!
This is Pam Dialal, and you're now listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. At this time, it's time for the Christmas episode of Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast. And if y'all been a fan of Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast for a long time, I've done Christmas episode before. The first Christmas episode I did was when we did the old school show, Christmas special, myself and the Star Rider Rod, when we discussed about our Christmas memories. And last year, we had the All-Star Christmas episode with Angelica from A Little Bit of Everything With Me, Cynthia from our collaboration and Listen and Learn podcast, and Christy Christ from Fistful podcast. But this year, I am alone, and I wanted to talk about Christmas and stuff like that. So Christmas has always been one of my favorite holidays next to Thanksgiving. And I love Christmas because, family coming together. I love it because, the holiday season. I just love where there's many activities to do on Christmas. Like, look at the big tree, go ice skating. It's nice to look at the snow. I'm not a big fan of snow, but I love to look in it. And it's always a good time to be around you. Especially if you have somebody like romantically with somebody. It's a very romantic thing to do something with somebody on Christmas. It's very romantic, and I never got the opportunity, but that's for another story. But I always love Christmas. And the meaning of Christmas is love, meaning give love by giving gifts to others, and just spread love for family. I got a couple of Christmas memories that that I have where as a kid we all live in a family house, each floor of my families and stuff like that. And I used to wake up early on Christmas Day as a kid, waiting for everybody to wake up so we open our gift. Then my aunt used to come and ring the bell to wake up everybody. As everybody wake up, we go to open each other gifts from house to house, from our house to my aunt's house and my grandfather, stuff like that. And it always was a fun time. And of course, every year they would play the Jackson 5 Christmas album. And it's funny because to this day, I love that album to this day. It wasn't for my family playing the album as a kid, I would never be hooked on it. Also, as a kid, we used to go to this thing called the Fight Club, where they play a holiday movie. And then after the holiday movie, they would give us gifts, basically, like, a lot of gifts, And that was like one of the best memories I had for a very long time. I saw movies doing at the Fight Club with Home Alone, watching One Dalmatian, Home Alone 2, Volto, Home Alone 3. It was so many movies I saw on that thing, and as a kid, that was like a really fun memory and stuff like that. I had to thank my aunt for that memory. It was always fun. It was always fun having that as a kid. And I just always loved Christmas. It always was my favorite holiday as a kid, and to this day, I still love it. To this day, of course, as you get older, the meaning, your Christmas spirit seems to go away because, of course, as you get older, you deal with a lot of those things. You deal with bills. You deal with stressing out, preparing for family to come over. You deal with work, and during my time, I worked it for the last 10 years. I worked during holiday season. And it was so stressful, it brought out the Scrooge working at New and Cole for 10 years. The holiday season in general, which is very stressful. Retail in general is stressful. So it was never fun, And I guess for me, it haven't been fun for me, even though I love it. It haven't been fun for me because when you're not where you're at, you tend to just not be happy. But, you have to show face, because that's just how you're supposed to do. Because you want to, bring joy to your family. But, it's not easy. And a lot of people deal with seasonal depression during the holiday season. I deal with seasonal depression during the holiday season. I always get depressed during the holiday season. So it just, it's a lot, It's a lot. You have family come over and you're just not where you at, and you just feel embarrassed. But that always seems to be the downside of holiday season, for me at least. But I know one day when all said and done, I would have started to transition on my own. When I have a family with my wife and kids, where we open gift in the morning. I play Jackson 5 Christmas album or my Christmas playlist that I got on Spotify, which is like over 600 songs. And we just have a good time. And, have my parents come over to see their grandkids, and my sisters bring their kids, when the time happened. And my friends, they come over and bring their kids. And that would be a pretty, dope situation for a feature. And that's something I'm wanting. Of course, take them to the big trees, ice skating, and I do a lot of the winter activities that I should have done more. I did winter activities. I feel like I didn't do enough. But I want to do something with my feature when it happened. But that's what I wanted for the feature when my time comes. I have a wife and kids, start a Christmas tradition or family, or holiday tradition in general, guys, I know it's gonna happen, patient the keys, So, but enough about that. So let me discuss what are my favorite Christmas movies. So, my list is pretty cliche, because, of course I got Home Alone as one of my favorite Christmas movies. That was one of the movies I saw as a kid when I went to the Fight Club. And, this movie always make me laugh. And I like to watch this movie all the time. I'll probably go watch this movie after this recording. But Home Alone definitely won. The Santa Claus, with Tim Allen. That always been a fun movie. I saw that movie as a kid as well. And seeing the other two sequels, even though the sequels all right, but I always enjoyed the franchise. And then they just recently came out with a TV show on Disney Plus. It was pretty decent. So Santa Claus is definitely one of my favorite movies. Elf with Will Ferrell. Even though I had not seen this movie recently, this movie always makes me laugh. Will Ferrell is very funny in this movie. Elf is a good movie. And last but not least is This Christmas with Chris Brown, Loretta Devon, Idris Elba, Lauren London, Regina King, and many more. This had like an all-star cast. This was a really good movie. I always watch this movie. This is a very dope black family movie. I'm not gonna hold you. And this is also one of my favorites as well. But so that's my favorite Christmas movies. Also got some Christmas special that I want to discuss that I could watch at one time. Y'all already know this all-time classic, Charlie Brown Christmas. With the tree. That always was a classic. And stuff like that, Charlie Brown Christmas, Mickey Mouse Christmas Carols. I always loved this version of Christmas Carols, even though it was a cartoon version. I always loved this version, and of course I love the other versions of Christmas Carols, like the Muppets and the original, and even the one with Jim Carrey was a good one. So that's another one on my list. Also, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's another Christmas special that I love. The original one, of course. Jim Carrey one is alright. I don't think I never saw the other one, the latest one. But I love The Grinch Stole Christmas. And of course, with the Red Nose Reindeer, the original one. But also with Santa Claus Coming to Town, The Little Drummer Boy, The Frosty the Snowman, all those classics. I could always watch those Christmas classics. And I still could. But, I'm not going to hold you. Part of me was not really as put in the spirits at all until I started watching a lot of Christmas movies. And, if for some reason I became a big fan of Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies, I don't know, because when I watched them, it's very cheesy, but it really puts you in a good mood. It's really entertainment. And when I started watching it this year, a lot more than usual, it put me in a very good place. It even inspired me to want to start writing a Christmas movie, because I do write scripts. In case people know, fun fact, I do write scripts. I started a script a long time ago, but I stopped. But watching the Christmas movie made me want to get back into it. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, the Hallmark movies are really, really nice. But before I say anything, shout out to Today We Laugh and Learn. They were just talking about Hallmark Christmas movies recently on their episode. So check them out. Also, happy birthday to Deb. Her birthday was just recently. So yeah, shout out to them. And yeah, this is Today We Laugh and Learn with a really good show. Check it out, y'all. So I got some new Christmas movie that I watched recently that maybe I should also check out. Like this Christmas movie called Christmas Class Reunion. That was on Hallmark Channel. It was really good. Like, I liked the concept of the movie. And of course, like I said, it could be cheesy, but it's really was entertaining to me. Also, the movie called Love at the Christmas Table. That was the girl from Wonder Years was in it, who played Winnie. I can't remember. I forgot her real name. I think it's the Delilah something. But that one of my movies that I like. I actually saw this last year, and I started liking it even more. So this like it would be like a Christmas movie I watch every year now. Also, there's another Christmas movie called Christmas Bowl Effect. I believe this is the independent Christmas movie, but it was really good. Another movie that I saw on Amazon Prime called something from Tiffany. They had the dude Kendrick or Kendall from Insecure. He was in that movie, and it was a pretty cool movie. I enjoy it. A big fat family Christmas. It was about an Asian family who want to have a big Christmas party, and of course, typical. The girl fall in love with a guy. Typical plot. And the movie that was really different, that was on VH1 recently, was All I Didn't Want for Christmas. Had Gabby from Precious, Empire, had Kel Mitchell. Y'all know Kenan and Kel were also in that movie. It was a really funny movie. And before I got on here, I saw another Christmas movie called Chris Was Born. Christmas was another Hallmark movie. It was really good. And yeah, I love Christmas movies, man. I love Hallmark Christmas movies. It's very, I love it. For some reason, it's a new thing that I start enjoying. So yeah, those are Christmas movies that I've been watching and I've been enjoying. Next, let's talk about Christmas songs and Christmas albums. As I mentioned earlier, the Jackson 5 Christmas album was always an album that I always loved growing up, and to this day I can do bump it to this day. From I saw Mama Kiss Santa Claus, from Frosty the Snowman, from The Little Drummer Boy, for Had a Little Christmas. I could play that album after, and of course Michael Jackson. And, as a fan, y'all heard the Thriller episode and the Michael Jackson episode. Y'all know the deal already. And I just love the Christmas album. Also, Stevie Wonder Christmas album, definitely a classic. My favorite song off that album was The Miracle of Christmas. And Stevie Wonder, a legend, man. I love Stevie Wonder. He definitely a legend. I love his music. Always gonna love his music. The other next classic I got is Boyz II Men featured Brian McKnight, Let Us Know. Let us know, let us know. That is definitely a classic. Y'all already know. Man. I don't have to say much more about it. Nat King Cole, the Christmas song. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Y'all already know the deal. Only halfway this Christmas. We also got the Temptations Silent Night. We also got Paul McCartney, Wonderful Christmas Time. We also got Ram, Last Christmas. Of course, we got TLC, Sleigh Ride, One DMC, Hollows and Creams, and we got Kanye West with Tiana Taylor, Music Soul Child, Saha the Prince, Big Sean, and this set, Christmas in Harlem. I know that's one of the latest songs, and we know when Kanye is, but sometimes we can't deny his talent, and this song was really dope. When I first heard it, when it was put out during the Good Friday collection back in 2010, that's when I heard this song. And this song was always dope to me. It was two versions. The short version was just Kanye, Tiana Taylor, and Saha the Prince, and the long version was where everybody else that was mentioned on the song. And yeah, I love the Christmas song, and I got a whole Christmas Spotify playlist, so y'all gotta check it out. I'll drop the link in the show notes. But the question is, what is my greatest Christmas gift? I have a lot of things for Christmas. A lot of gifts, from clothes, Sega Genesis, N64, GameCube, TV, a laptop. All of those things were great. But all those things could break. All those things could get replaced. Honestly, the greatest gift is the family you have. My mother and father, married 40 years. And seeing them in good health. It means a lot. Having my three sisters, they're doing amazing things right now. Killing it. One the author, one the podcast host, and a coach. Another one got a jewelry company, and they killing it right now. Have amazing friends, who just keep it real, don't do you wrong, support you. But thick as thin, that's what the greatest gift is. Doing things for your family and doing all you can to make them happy and make them help you be the best version of yourself. And honestly, that's the greatest gift. I want to trade it for nothing. I know I don't say it as much, but I care about my family, and I care about my circle of friends that been there. So yeah, just know that we all of us going through hard times, but you never know what somebody's going through. But do something to make somebody happy during this time. You just never know who need it. Be there for them. Give them something. You see somebody that need help them out. You just never know what they are going through. And, storm is coming. It's cold outside. Help somebody out. Everybody need it. Thank y'all. Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. Be safe, and I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, like the podcast and the Premier Boy podcast. And this commercial is brought to you by the Premier Boy podcast, where we talk about anything about the culture. Hosted by myself, Ken, aka MrGentleman, Mr. Aaron Sands from King Talk with Aaron Sands, the Star Riding Ride, who is also my co-host of the Old School Show, and Long Live the Chief Mally Bell. And we talk many topics, from politics, music, sex, love, relationships, and many more. And also every topic that's going on in the news right now. Many of our topics are very controversial, and the podcast show might not be for everybody because we talk about many explicit content And yeah. So if y'all decided to check out the show, y'all be warned because y'all might need a drink or two. And yeah, because this podcast is so crazy. I'm shocked that it had not got canceled yet. So if y'all looking forward to listen to the premiere of the podcast, check it out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and many more. Each and every Wednesday at 12 a.m. You can check out the premiere of the podcast with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, Star Riding Rod, and Long Little Chief Mally Mal. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman. Have a good day and night wherever you're listening to this episode. Now back to the show. Yeah! I just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning in to the Christmas episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy Holidays. Y'all already know where I'm at every Sundays. MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast each and every Sunday at 12 a.m. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Positive, and many more. Y'all can rate the show 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, Podchases. The more you rate the show, the more people know about MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Check out myself, Aaron Quinto Sands, Star Rider Rod, and Long Little Chief Molly Mal on the Premier Way Podcast. New season, January 4th at 12 a.m. New season, January 4th at 12 a.m. Also, congrats to us on getting the number one episode for top 100 episodes on the indie chart. So, shout out to the Premier Way Podcast. This Thursday, check out the end of the year episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast this Thursday at 12 a.m. And don't forget, next Sunday, we are bringing back the old school show with myself and the Star Rider Rod starting next Sunday and three episodes next couple of weeks. And also next Thursday, Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Vanna B starting next Thursday. So don't forget to check out the spin-off series of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast, the old school show, and Date Night Talk Podcast starting next Thursday. Y'all know I started a new segment called The Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Shoutouts. And I got some shoutouts for last week that we can recap. Shout out to Misha Podcast, Pedal Support Podcast. Today we laugh and learn the things about this podcast. You start thinking with your butt. So this week I got 5 new podcast shows that I want to shout out. So shout out to Small Town USA with Jessica Common. The woman very funny. They go to town and just discuss that town. It's a really good show. Check them out every other Tuesday at 12 a.m. Check out the Inspirited with T podcast with Tamara and Demery. She do a inspirational content series, and she also interviewed guests. It's a really dope show. It come on every Fridays at 12 a.m. Check out the All Hallows Eve podcast with Jason and Kathy. This is one of the new shows that I started listening to. It's a really interesting show. So check them out, y'all. But before I continue, let's pray for Jason and Kathy family. They are going through a lot during this holiday season. So let's keep them in our prayers and continue to check out the All Hallows Eve podcast. Next show that I'm going to mention is 69 Risky, a very funny show. Eric Ronstein and Matt, Motorboat Matt, they discuss many topics. It's a really dope show. Shout out to the 69 Risky podcast. And last but not least, the China podcast. Grand, Sarah, and Makeda is a really dope show. They talk about many interesting facts, and you can learn something from them. So also check out the China podcast. So check out the 5 shows I just mentioned. Small Town USA, Inspirited with T podcast, All Hallows Eve podcast, 69 Risky, and the China podcast. Check them out and check them out. And y'all see another 5 episodes of the MrGentleman like those shout outs this Thursday on the bonus episode at 12 a.m. If you want to be a guest on my show, y'all can send me an email about yourself and everything to my email, Ken, YPGENT@gmail.com. Ken, YPGENT@gmail.com. Or y'all can hit me up on social media. Ken _Mr. Gentleman. I repeat, Ken, KEN _Mr. MrGentleman, GENTLEMAN. Because I am still looking for many guests for the second half of season 6. Also, add me a good podcast, Mr. Gentleman. Good podcast to many independent podcasts that you can see what everybody listen to. We can rate each other's show, and we have the charts. And at the time, we had the chart review, and I will be giving y'all the chart review for Mr. Gentleman on Good Pods. And at the time, Mr. Gentleman, like the podcast, is number 3 on top 100 shows. Mr. Gentleman, like the podcast, is number 3 for top 100 show. Mr. Gentleman, like the podcast, still number 1 for society and culture. We've been number 1 for 4 days. Let's continue to stay in the number 1 spot. And we are also number 3 for top 100 episode for episode 110, Poetry and Conversation, the episode with Jalen. So once again, thank y'all for continuing to support Mr. Gentleman. Thank you for supporting Mr. Gentleman. Like that podcast really means a lot. And I thank y'all. Y'all can check out the website, the official website for Mr. Gentleman, like that podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlikethatpodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlikethatpodcast.com, where you can check out every episode of Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast. Y'all can watch videos. You can check out every guest profile. You can check every guest appearance I've been on. And y'all can support on the website by buying me coffee, buying merch from TeePublic. You can buy t-shirts, hoodie, tees, mugs, and many more. And yeah, there's many ways to support Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast. So get the official website, www.realmrgentlemanlikethatpodcast.com. And I just want to take time to say thank you to everybody that listened to Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast. Have a good day or night wherever you're listening to this episode. Merry Christmas and a happy holidays.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Mook Dallas, and you are now listening to the Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. You're